Welcome to the Introduction to SQL Exists. In this video, you'll learn how to check for record existence in SQL queries. We will explore what the exists operator is, how it works, and how to use it effectively to write powerful and efficient queries. Let's understand what exists is in SQL. Exists is a SQL operator that tests for the existence of rows in a subquery. It returns true if the subquery returns at least one row, and it returns false if the subquery returns no rows. Exists is commonly used in where clauses to filter results based on whether certain records exist. Here is the basic exists syntax. Select column 1, column 2, and so on from table 1 where exists. Inside parenthesis, select 1 from table 2 where condition. Let's take a look at how exists works. First, exists evaluates the subquery and checks if it returns any rows at all. It doesn't matter what data the subquery returns, only whether it returns any rows. The execution stops as soon as the first row is found. This is called short-circuit evaluation. Performance is optimized by using select 1 in the subquery, because the specific values aren't important. What matters is if there is at least one row that is returned. Now let's look at a basic example. Imagine that we have two tables, customers and orders. The customers table contains customer_ID, name and email. The orders table contains order_ID, customer_ID, and amount. We want to find the customers who have placed at least one order. Here is the query. Select name and email from customer C where exists. Inside parenthesis, select 1 from orders O where O customer_ID equals the customer_ID. The result will be Alice and Bob, since they are the only customers with orders in the orders table. Let's explore using not exists. Not exists returns true when the subquery returns no rows. It is useful for finding records that don't have related records in another table. A common use case is finding missing relationships. It is an alternative to left join with null check, but often more readable. Here is an example. Select name and email from customer C where not exists. Inside parenthesis, select 1 from orders O where O customer_ID equals the customer_ID. The result will be Charlie, since that customer has never placed an order. Let's talk about correlated subqueries with exists. A correlated subquery references columns from the outer query and is evaluated for each row processed by the outer query. The inner query depends on values from the outer query, creating a relationship between them. The subquery executes once for each row considered by the outer query. These subqueries are very powerful for complex filtering conditions, but can impact performance on large datasets. Here is an example. Select department_name from departments D where not exists. Inside parenthesis, select 1 from employees E where department_ID equals department_ID and at salary is less than or equal to 50,000. Another example, select customer_name from customer C where not exists. Inside parenthesis, select 1 from products P where not exists. Inside parenthesis, select 1 from orders O where O product_ID equals C, product_ID and customer_ID equals C customer_ID. Let's compare exists versus IN and decide when to use each. Exists returns Boolean values true or false. IN returns matching values. Exists stops at the first match, while IN evaluates all values. Exists is not affected by nulls, while IN returns null if there are any nulls in the subquery results. Exists is best for existence checks. IN is best for value matching. Best practice is to use exists when checking for the existence of related records, and to use IN when matching against a specific list of values. Here are some examples comparing equivalent queries. Select name from customer C where exists. Inside parenthesis, select 1 from orders O where O customer_ID equals the customer_ID. That is equivalent to select name from customers where customer_. Inside parenthesis, select customer_ID from orders. Not exists is often faster than not in, especially with nulls or large datasets. Let's summarize the best practices for using exists. First, use select one in exists subqueries, instead of selecting actual columns. Consider exists for checking relationships between tables. Use not exists instead of not in when dealing with possible null values. Prefer exists over join when you only need to check for existence. Consider indexing columns used in join conditions for better performance. In summary, exists checks whether a subquery returns any rows. Not exists finds records where related records don't exist. Correlated subqueries reference columns from outer queries. Exists is optimized for existence checking and stops at the first match. Finally, exists often offers better performance than alternatives for complex relationship checks. If you like this video, hit that like button and don't forget to subscribe. Visit codelucky.com for more such useful content.